In a significant move, China and India are set to resume direct commercial flights for the first time in 5 years. This decision marks a positive shift in relations between the two populous nations, signaling a new chapter in their interactions. Flights between India and mainland China were halted at the onset of the COVID pandemic in early 2020. As the pandemic unfolded, political tensions further complicated the situation, keeping these flights grounded. The recent announcement came after India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri met with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi in Beijing, showcasing diplomatic efforts to mend ties. India's Ministry of External Affairs confirmed the consensus to resume direct air services, with officials expected to finalize details soon. This agreement is not just about flights. It also includes the reopening of Mount Kailash and Lake Manasarovar in Tibet for Indian pilgrims this year. These destinations hold immense significance for several faiths, including Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon, making them popular pilgrimage sites. The backdrop to this agreement is steeped in a tense history. Just months after flights were suspended, soldiers from both nations clashed in a deadly confrontation at their disputed border in the Himalayas, resulting in multiple casualties. The line of actual control, which stretches over 5,100 miles, has been a long-standing source of friction since the 1962 war between India and China. This history of conflict adds layers of complexity to the recent diplomatic developments. Following the June 2021 shot on Gyeonggi clash, both countries engaged in a process of disengagement and border talks, aiming to ease tensions. A notable moment occurred during the BRICS summit in Russia last October, where Chinese leader Xi Jinping and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi met, signaling a desire to improve relations and foster dialogue. Currently, travelers can fly directly from several Indian cities to Hong Kong, but direct flights to mainland China have been absent for years. The news of resumed flights has sparked excitement among potential travelers. On the Chinese social media platform Weibo, many expressed their eagerness to visit India after years of waiting and uncertainty. One user shared their disappointment from February 2020, when they had to cancel their trip due to the pandemic. The wait lasted for 5 years. Must go to India, they posted, reflecting the sentiments of many eager travelers who had their plans disrupted. This longing for travel highlights the emotional connection people have with exploring new cultures and reconnecting with loved ones. Another user expressed hope to experience Holi, the vibrant festival of colors celebrated in India. Holi involves joyous street celebrations, where people throw colored powders and engage in water fights, creating a lively and colorful atmosphere. Is there a chance to make it to Holi in March? They wondered, highlighting the anticipation surrounding this beloved festival. Previously, travelers could fly directly between Beijing and New Delhi in about 7 hours. Now, those wishing to travel must transit through cities like Hong Kong, Bangkok, or Kuala Lumpur, extending their journey by 6 to 10 hours. This added inconvenience has made traveling more challenging for many, especially those with family ties across borders. Aniyat Ali, an Indian PhD student in Shanghai, welcomed the news with enthusiasm. He and other Indian students in China have faced long layovers and high ticket prices when returning home. With direct flights, I can visit family more frequently, reduce expenses, and avoid the stress of layovers, he shared, emphasizing the practical benefits of this agreement. Despite the excitement, some Weibo users remain cautious. The agreement is still in principle, and doubts linger about when flights will actually resume. It's an agreement in principle, one user noted, reflecting a common sentiment of cautious optimism. This skepticism is understandable, given the complexities of international relations and the challenges that can arise in implementation. As the world continues to recover from the pandemic, the resumption of direct flights between China and India represents a hopeful step toward rekindling connections and fostering tourism. Travelers eagerly await the chance to explore each other's cultures, reunite with family, and participate in vibrant festivals like Holi. The agreement not only opens doors for tourism, but also symbolizes a thawing of relations between two nations that have historically had a complex relationship. With both countries showing a willingness to engage, the future looks promising for travelers eager to explore the rich landscapes and cultures of India and China. As the details of the flights are finalized, anticipation builds among travelers who have longed for this moment. The prospect of direct flights could transform travel experiences, making it easier and more accessible for people to connect across borders. The world watches closely as these two nations take steps toward a more connected future, and the excitement is palpable. With the resumption of direct flights, new adventures await, and travelers can finally look forward to exploring the wonders of India and China once again. This development is not just about travel, it's about bridging gaps, fostering understanding and celebrating the rich tapestry of cultures that both countries have to offer.